Hi everyone, this is Rick again. Thanks for tuning in to the latest cartoon tutorial. So today we're going to be drawing Paul, which is quite a nice subject to do. So let's get started. Okay, another young man. So he's got also, before we even begin drawing, quite a distinctive hairstyle. So we need to make sure we keep that. But other than that, we'll just dive in and see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to firstly get the shape of his face. I'll show you what we're going to do now. So this is kind of, I don't know what you'd call this shape, kind of a light bulb or a potato or something like that. You can think of your own names, I suppose. But it's basically smaller at the top than at the bottom. So there you go. So same again, we've got the shape of the head. We're going to put the center line. And again, that's for the nose, the mouth, chin. That's all going to go on that line. So up to now, I think we've been doing most of our drawings facing the camera with straight dead on. What we're doing now, we're turning slightly, which makes things a little bit more interesting. So the same sequence though, we're going to pop the eyes on here, making sure we get those pupils nicely lined up. Now the nose, we're going to come in, it's quite an interesting shape he's got here, so we're going to take advantage of that. And we're going to put his eyebrows on at the same time. And back with our rubber. Again, we discussed that before. It's useful not to correct mistakes, but just to remove lines, keep things clear, so you can see what's going on. And there's my favourite part, is to put the shadow under the nose, just so we're reminded that it's three-dimensional. He's got a big happy smile, so make sure we catch that. Now this line here, you'll see this a lot in cartoons. So what it actually is the bottom part of the skin and the sort of fat around the face, if you like. It's all being squished up into when he smiles. So it's the bottom part of that. We're not going to extend it too much, but that's what these lines are doing. They're giving the impression that there's a cheek here that's being squished out of his expression. Now there's a bit of a gap here and here, which is quite common, so we're just going to make sure that that's filled in correctly. If you don't put this in, you end up with a bit of a fake smile. It's just white from one side to the other, and unless you've had really good cosmetic treatment, it doesn't really look very realistic. So that gap there is quite normal. And then what I also like to do while we're talking about teeth is just to put a little bit of an indent here and here. And again, it just stops it being like a, when you put an orange peel in your mouth or something, it stops it having that strip of white. It makes it look more like actual teeth without putting individual teeth in the drawing, because you don't want to do that. Now his chin is quite big, but it does also have a cleft in it. So we're going to make full advantage of that. So there's this little cleft there. Right, so we've got our main focus here: eyes, nose, mouth, chin. Like I said, that's just my way of working, really. Some people might work completely differently, but that's the way I found to get quite an effective drawing. And now once we've got that, we're going to fill the face around, and it's quite a broad face as well, so we're going to really keep that if we can. That's the chin coming around, well, the jawline coming around, and then that will be mirrored on the other side. Okay, next is the ears, which are in line with the eyes. So remember, the eyes are going round in a circle, so the ears will attach around here. And on the other side too, you'll begin to see some of the ears out there. Okay, now we're almost ready to attack that hair. So we're going to be very aware there's nothing at all here. This is completely open. It's shaved on that side, so we'll keep that nice and short, but this is the area we're concerned with. So I want to catch that wave. There's a sweep to it there, so we're going to go something like that. And then it starts off very, very short and then longer hair. So this is where it attaches to the head. And again, very short hair, just a couple of little stubbly bits, just to show that it's not completely shaved. It does have some hair there. Now again, the hair growth is important to get, not so much individual strands of hair, but just the direction that it's growing. Okay. And then we're going to put a bit of a shine on it. We'll talk about how to apply shine on hair later on. But for now, that's probably enough just to make it look like it's full. And then we're going to put his neck on here. Just going to join that on nice and small, just for comedy effect. Let's give him a little bit of a laugh line there. don't forget his stubble as well, which is all part of his character. So just a bit of a grey shade. And then we'll go in with a few individual little stubbly bits just to fill it in. And there we go, there's Paul. So we'll just pop his name on there. And I said before, these take much longer than they ought to, because I'm basically trying to draw around the camera, but if I eventually get hold of a tripod, it should be easier to draw quicker. Thank you for watching. Great. See you next time.